was not expecting to get an arch rival today, but here we are.
Come on, man!
All right.
What
Friday.
the fuck is going on, man? Holy shit. It's been fucking crazy all week with football, man. Damn.
It has been.
Should we just jump into some of this fucking news? Because, you know, there was some weird shit that happened this week.
Go ahead, man. I'll be honest with you. I have been like stacked at work, so I haven't been paying terribly too much attention to it. Because, you know, job stuff. But other than that,
all right. So basically, one of the stories that I was following this week was the signing of Dez Bryant to the New Orleans Saints.
Okay, yeah, I heard about that. Heard about it.
And they all of a sudden had pretty much put the Saints into that all-pro fucking offense now that they have Dez and Kamara and Breeze.
Mm-hmm.
And then the news that I wake up to this morning, Dez Bryant blows out his ACL at practice.
Fucking practice, man.
Like you just got signed. You didn't play the entire fucking season because nobody wanted you, and then you start playing, and boom, blown ACL, done.
That is most unfortunate.
And it's crazy though because now it's another off the field injury, which is kind of really weird. And you know, in a way, you kind of feel bad for Dez because he actually got picked up, but now it was like, you know, like getting karate chopped in the throat.
Do you think he'll still get paid?
He's still gonna get paid. He had guaranteed money in the deal.
Well, that's not bad.
Something else that I had here was the fact that Antonio Brown Thursday was driving his Porsche,
of course,
in a 65 mile an hour zone, doing a $1.02.
Of course, he was.
And it's funny because the first cop that saw him speeding didn't catch up to him, so they had to radio down highway to have other cops go after him. Also, with the fact that there was a robbery situation somewhere in Pittsburgh, so there were cops out on alert. But I mean, they gave him a ticket. The ticket was only like $300 and change.
Really?
Which was not comparable to anything because I was watching a thing with Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless a little bit earlier than that, and Shannon Sharp got bagged for like $800 for a speeding ticket.
Dude, I got popped for going 10 miles over the goddamn speed limit. They charged me $100. This motherfucker's going 102 miles an hour, and he gets a $300 ticket. Now tell me that isn't some favoritism.
Well, again, you know, I mean, first off, I understand it's the day of the game. If you're late for something, then maybe, just maybe, you do like 80.
And
you might be able to get away with it.
Pittsburgh Steelers, and maybe, just maybe, the cops in Pittsburgh. Oh man, you got to get to the game.
Yeah, you know, they should just give you a fucking police escort. But they, you know, I mean, all in all, I think it was bullshit that you got a professional star like that. You're supposed to be leaving a little bit early. You shouldn't be speeding to begin with.
Well, I guarantee you, dude. Because here's the way it goes. Like they can change the way of like the amount of like what your ticket is. The speedometer or the little radar doesn't print onto your ticket. They tell people they put it into the computer how fast you were going. So When I got pulled over, I was actually going like 12 miles over, but he's like, I'm not going to bust you for 12. If for 12, it'll be another $200 for you. So he he knocked it down to 10. So I'm guaranteeing you, they said he was going 20 or so miles over the speed limit.
Well, I mean, all in all, I mean, this has been also the year of the, on the street incidents. Figure you had a quarterback who went into somebody else's house that wasn't his. Then you had the Giants quarterback got pulled over for not obeying, police rules or whatever in New Jersey, and now you got Antonio Brown.
You know who you haven't heard anything from in the past couple years of people getting in trouble? Oakland Raiders players, and they say we're the criminals.
Yeah, I'm maybe the verdict's not out on that yet. The season's still early.
You can't count Aldon Smith either, because he didn't even take the field for the last 2 years.
Well, I'm hoping that's kind of a good thing.
Oh, he's done.
So then we also have, again, out of Pittsburgh, apparently that's the most popular place to be in the news, Le'Veon Bell is still a no-show and has till 4 p.m. on Tuesday to arrive to camp or practice or whatever. So in tribute to Mr. Le'Veon Bell.
Update. We still have no fucking clue where this guy is.
So what the fuck? So what happens on Tuesday if he doesn't show up?
Okay, so he's pretty much, I guess they put him on the suspension list or IR.
Uh-huh.
And the scarier thing now is that his franchise tag this year was $14.3 million.
Jesus.
Okay, that's great and all, and he wanted the extension, didn't get it. Now, at season's end, there's the option of Pittsburgh letting him go as a free agent and him going into the market and possibly stacking out a big contract, or Pittsburgh franchise tags him for the third year in a row, and his salary goes from $14.3 million up to $23.6 million, which is obviously in Le'Veon's favor. But with Connors running the Connors in the running game in Pittsburgh right now, and his numbers are statistically better than Le'Veon Bell's, I kind of see maybe it might be bye-bye Le'Veon and him going into the free agency market.
Probably going to happen. I mean,
because honestly, I don't see Pittsburgh really getting upset about it. Because if that were the case, they would have fucking made it richer for him to come back, and he obviously didn't.
Yeah, so I think they wave bye-bye to him and then go, oh, Trin's here. Finally, dude, show up for work, asshole.
Yeah, Trin. Had a whole week with no pick from you from the Pittsburgh Carolina game. So the last little bit of news, which will be leading into the first game of this lovely week, where we were both victors, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
The Panthers were pretty much neutered on Thursday Night Football.
Oh, yeah, I knew they were going to be. We all knew they were going to be. Wasn't it a unanimous decision?
Well, it was only me and you.
That's
Derek
true.
didn't give us a pick, and Trin was MIA on Tuesday. I really like to know what his no show for work was on Tuesday, but final score in that game was 52-21.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my God. And I did say that Pittsburgh's offense was going to start to roll.
Oh my God, here comes the excuses.
Excuse me, bitch?
He said he was driving back from Dallas.
Well, he's got car speakers. He could listen.
Yeah. Cars have speakers, Trent. This ain't 1914, all right?
I mean, we could have also got him some Campbell's soup cans, and he could have listened to the show that way.
That's a lot of yarn, though.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just use string instead of yarn. It's a lot cheaper. All right, so I got to tell you, I did not watch this game. I did listen to it on the radio. The privileges of being able to listen to NFL football while driving.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to tell you, I got in the car and I saw the score was, I believe, somewhere around 35-7. and was very kind of discouraged about this. I really thought Carolina would be a little bit better. However, they weren't. You know, Big Ben, the woman rapist.
Oh, now. But yeah, you're
okay.
right.
Would you rather call him or would you rather call him that?
Alleged.
Or would you rather call him a construction worker?
I prefer a construction worker. I thought Derek said he looked like a welder. I prefer Raper Burger myself.
He did throw for 328, 5 touchdowns to 5 different receivers.
Jesus God, why is that guy such a piece of shit but such a great quarterback?
Well, okay, so like not even going into further into the numbers. This game was well out of hand by 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And Tomlin, I like him as a coach in certain aspects. Why do you have your starters still playing when you're up by like 30 fucking points? Connor went for a concussion check in the third quarter, at the end of the third quarter. He should have not been in there. You should have literally had the water boy, the towel boy, the scrotum doctor, everybody else that did not have
the fucking guy delivering beers.
You should have them in the game instead of all your starters. And that's where I kind of found the issue with the game. Not the fact that the Panthers pretty much got sodomized, but the fact being is that you're up by so many points and you have that chance of injuring one of your starters that you're going to need for the playoff run. Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Unbelievably stupid that you're going to have your starters in that late in the game up by fucking 30, 40 points.
Well, I mean, Todd Rosenfeld, who apparently thinks that the Raiders are the highest, most penalized team in the NFL, obviously haven't watched the Broncos game. He says you don't take them out until the fourth quarter at the earliest. Dude, not when you're up by not when you're kicking the shit out of them in the third quarter.
Think of it this way: if Connors gets that concussion in the third quarter, up by that many points, would you want to be the coach sitting there explaining to them, "Oh well, we're up 41 points, and I wanted him to get a little bit more yardage"? Yeah, that's bullshit. That's why you carry 3 or 4 running backs on your team as you're playing in a fucking season.
And that's very true. You know what happens? What happens if you keep him in that late? You look like the Raiders on Christmas Eve, 2016, where they had all the potential to go to the Super Bowl, and then they leave their quarterback in the fourth quarter. He gets hurt, breaks his fucking leg. End of the season. Done. And that's what could happen.
That's just one of those stupid things. And you know what? I'm glad that I wasn't at the press conference at the end of the game for that, because I probably would have ripped Tomlin a new asshole. Not for anything. But
I don't even like the Steelers. That's just textbook.
I guess it's just like a football thing overall for me. It's just, I don't know. All right, let's dip into these games. Oh, I got to show off this card that I got there. I'm really proud of it, actually, and I know it's going to piss a lot of people off, but I thought it was pretty fucking dope. I pulled a Colin Cap card, fucking extra points card, foil. Mm-hmm. And the foil cards are the best ones. Hands down. Hands down, they're the best.
I don't care what you say about Colin Kaepernick. He's a fantastic fucking quarterback, and I think it's a crime that he's not playing right now.
Well, maybe he will get picked up somewhere.
Fuck, before he's 40, please. I want to see the guy play. He was great. The Raiders need to pick him up for a backup. Jesus Christ, quit dicking around.
Well, shit, they might pick him up if they trade fucking to the Giants.
Oh, you shut your whore mouth. Let's not start the show off like this, Ricky. I've already had one vodka drink. You're lucky you're in fucking New York right now.
Give me some proper 12. Let's go.
I drank more of that bottle than you did. I think we actually drank the exact same amount.
Yeah.
I just did it faster.
Yeah. Because, me taking shots out of it just really didn't do anything.
Jesus Christ, that stuff's good, though. Even on ice, man. Well, you put a little ice in there.
Yeah, but bottle. You know me. I told you I don't drink whiskey with ice, so.
I don't know why. It's so delicious. It brings more flavor out. But, all right, let's get into these picks.
All right. So NFL.com has it listed different than the way I have it listed in the book.
So I've got Seattle. There's the vodka talking. New Orleans Saints, Nolans versus the Cincinnati Bengals.
All right, so there were 2 listings of lines for these games. Again, I don't know why they miraculously just changed shit up, but I'm using the Vegas odds. I'm not using the odds on Bleacher Report because the ones on Bleacher Report are not close. So there were 2 sets of odds, and I went with the Vegas odds instead of the odds for the NFL page.
Todd says this is probably the best game of the week. I don't know, man. We haven't even gotten anywhere yet. Just cool your tits, all right?
All right, so we're already getting a pick from Trin
and Todd. Todd's playing now.
Before I even give numbers away on this, Saints are laying 5.
Okay.
Under over is 55. So apparently, this is going to be an evenly offensive game, or it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah.
Game is in Cincinnati. Surprisingly enough, Saints have been playing very well on the road this year. They're 4-0 on the road. So that really does help them out considerably. Weather for the game is supposed to be 46 degrees. It's not going to hit the 30 because that's probably like nighttime lows. So this weather should actually be pretty good for a football game. So
I think so. I want to welcome Matt Sondag to the room. Hold on, buddy. Your game's coming up next, and we'll see what you're going to pick.
Yes. Don't run away.
Don't run away, Sondag. Just stick around. So I know how he likes them orange teams, but the Bengals are not the one. I'm going with the Saints, man. I think the Falcons got lucky stopping the Saints at the beginning of the season, and that's it. I mean, I think the Saints are going to go to they could go to the Super Bowl. I said it was the Rams, but the Saints beat the Rams. When you go to the fucking playoffs, they're going to have to play each other again.
At this point, though, if they both win out, the championship game goes through New Orleans.
Exactly.
So I'll make it unanimous for the Saints.
For everybody. All right.
Although Derek hasn't commented yet, so God knows what he's doing.
He's probably doing a little bit of
that. May be possible.
Possible and terrifying at the same time. All right, so up next we got Matt Sondag's favorite little brown buddies.
The Cosmic Kids of the toilet bowl era.
You know what, man? This guy, I'll tell you one thing about Sondag. He likes teams that, like, he's a diehard fan of teams that really aren't that great. But look what it's done for him. He's like the Astros as long as I've known the guy. And holy shit, the Astros won last year. And so, I mean, I think it could be getting time. Now with Baker Mayfield, it could be about time for old Sondag to get a W in the Super Bowl. Maybe in like 5 years, but.
Yeah, as soon as, they take a laxative and stop crapping all over the place.
That's right.
All right, so they are playing the 4-4 Atlanta Falcons, who have finally decided to join everybody at the 500 mark.
Hooray!
They have split the last 3 meetings. Atlanta won 2 out of the 3. Now, when we obviously watched that freaking Chiefs-Browns game on Sunday.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
The Browns actually did kind of hold their own a little bit.
I think they did too. I mean, what did they lose by? 16 points?
I believe it was 19. I'm not sure. I know it was a very.
I thought it was 37-21.
I think it was 37-21.
All right, so 16 points.
But overall, though, the Browns kind of did hold their own in that game.
They did. I thought we were watching that at the bowling alley, dude. I thought they did fantastic against the fucking Chiefs. You kidding me? Like, they did a fucking great job, man. And I honestly, I don't want to suck their dicks or anything, but I think they did a really good job playing against a top, a Super Bowl contender team. God, don't strike me down for saying that. Hold on. Okay, we're good.
All right.
Yeah, Trin was right. 37-21. I think that the Browns could easily win this game.
All right, so Atlanta's actually spotting Cleveland only 4 points in this game,
See.
and the under/over is 51. So this really could be probably an even matchup on both sides.
Yeah.
I find it really hard to go against the Falcons, and even at 500, I just don't see it as one of those games where. I mean, they pounded last weekend. They actually did pound the Redskins last weekend. So, and that was the 5th ranked defense overall.
Is Jones out? Jones is playing.
No, Jonesy's playing.
Jonesy's playing, but he's only scored like 3 touchdowns this year.
It's kind of
Caitlin, what's going on? You're probably going to hate this. It's a football show.
To each his own. To each his own.
Oh, Sondag, you need to hit up Rellyford. He might have some Baker
cards for you.
Cards you want to buy. They're probably not expensive, but they're good.
I know I have 2 of them myself.
You do? Oh yeah, Ricky's got some too.
So are you going for Cleveland?
I'm going fucking Cleveland, man. I'm going for it because I like the underdogs, and who better to go on than the fucking Browns, which apparently is a Labrador.
I thought they were Bulldogs.
No, I don't know, dude. They got to pick a fucking dog. The Mud Dogs.
Right. Yes. I thought they were the Muck Dogs. But either way, Waterboard was still a great movie.
They were the Mud Dogs.
All right. Are you going to get Patricia'd on this next one? Are you going to get Patricia'd on this next one?
Patricia'd?
Yeah. Because it's Detroit versus Chicago.
I don't know, man. Oh, I know where I'm going with this. I don't want to go this way. I think I've bet on these guys every game this season, and 3 times they've proved me right, and 5 times they've proved me wrong. It is the Detroit Lions versus the Chicago Bears.
Ultimately, scary fucking thought that we get to talk about this game. So, middle of the season.
Now, look at here. The last 3 games, the last 3 meetups, the Lions have won.
Okay.
Think about that.
Okay, but my argument to this is this. Your boy, Khalil Mack.
That is true.
And the offenses are totally different. That is going to be probably the bigger key out of all of it.
Look at how they match up.
And you also got to remember one thing. This is actually their first season meeting for a division matchup this year.
It is.
So this, again, the Bears are kind of running away with this a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Minnesota, again, has not fucking been stable as of late.
And Mack is
especially
back.
defensively.
Mack's playing.
Yes, Mack is back at full strength, so that is going to be havoc.
I'm going with the Bears. Sorry, Lions. I love you guys, but I'm going with the Bears.
All right. I'm actually going to go with the Bears, too.
I think we've got Matthew Sondag's got Chicago. Todd Rosenfeld's got Chicago. Trin has got Chicago. I think we can mark Derek down for Chicago, too.
Well, I'm not marking him down for anything else.
He's going to go out down there and get a nice deep dish pizza, and it's going to taste like shit because they're gross.
Let me see here. I had a note for this game.
What did you think about that pizza that we had down at in old Phoenix Town? I thought it was pretty good.
I didn't have pizza. The meat lovers pizza. Mm-hmm. That was fucking off the chain heavy.
Not a Pizza Hut meat lovers. This thing was like.
Listen, when you picked up the slice and the fucking slice was breaking in half with all of that fucking juicy meat on it, oh my God, was it so good.
Oh, apparently Todd Rosenfeld hates his last name. I'm sorry, Todd Rosenfeld. He wants me to call him Todd, but I think I'm going to call him Todd Rosenfeld now.
Yeah, you can just call him Todd.
Rosenfeld?
Yeah. All right, because he's sitting in the room, we got to talk about his game next. He's actually sitting. God. He's actually sitting in the room with me while doing the show. So.
Oh God, is he? He's like, oh guys, I know what game's coming up. I know what game's coming up.
All right, we have the
Arizona Cardinals versus the Kansas City Chiefs. What do we? I mean, we don't need to spend much time on this.
The only thing I really do want to say about this game is it's probably the biggest football line I've seen since college games listed for this Saturday. Kansas City is spotting the Arizona Cardinals 19 points.
Holy shit.
And they have the under-over at 50. An under-over at 50, spotting a team 19 points. Now,
Jesus.
let's the only thing I can really say about this game, if you are betting money, take the 19 points. You heard it here first. Take the 19 points.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Well, there was a game earlier this year that we both made fun of, and that was the Minnesota game.
Uh-huh.
Where Minnesota was spotting Buffalo 17. We both laughed at that. We went with the Minnesota Vikings, and it jabbed us in the ass and said, ha, here's your 17 points, because we're scoring 21 more on top of it. So taking the points may be the big option, because there is a really good matchup in this game with Pat Pete versus Tyreek Hill. That's going to be the matchup of the weekend for the.
Excuse me, bitch.
I don't think so. Man. I don't know. You really think so?
I think that is going to be a very, very key matchup. Now, Patrick Peterson's numbers are down a little bit from last year, but he's still one of the premier corners in the NFL. So, if you're betting, take the points.
Take the points.
Take
All right. So if you're betting just for our picks, I mean, I know everybody's. Oh, finally, Derek showed up.
Yes.
Hey, Derek, what do you want? Look through the last 3 games or 4 games, and then tell us your picks. But Derek says Chiefs. I know Todd Rosenfeld is a Chiefs fan, right?
Yes. Yes.
He's Todd Rosenfeld goes with the Chiefs, and I know Trent's going with the Chiefs. I know Sondag's going with the Chiefs, and I'm going with the Chiefs. How about you?
Am I writing down Sondag's picks? Because I totally forgot.
Sure the fuck are. He's here.
All right. Well, he can message me and give me the picks again, because I didn't write them all down. I have plenty of room on the page for them, so I really do think without points, this game is going to be unanimous for KC. I'm not seeing an upset with this game. I don't think that Arizona really has anything available.
I don't think they do, except just an ass whooping. They're going to go get cold in Kansas or in Missouri and get some frostbite. That's about it. So next up, we have. Oh, Ricky's got a jersey for this one. I can feel it.
Yes, I do. The white one. Going to be wearing the whites on Sunday.
God, you should have seen this guy when they came out in the color rush. He was so pissed. So pissed.
And I really don't like that jersey. That's supposed to be a tribute to the throwback, to the old school 80s and 90s jerseys, and it just looks disgusting.
What, the salute our troops or whatever?
Well, no, the color rush jerseys are supposed to be an imitation of the older AFL jerseys that the Pats used to wear, and yeah, it just fucking is horrible.
At least they don't have the little fucking Minuteman on the fucking 3-point stance.
Well, I like that.
It's
though. Pretty cool, though.
I kind of like that design too.
All right, so without even going into numbers, by the way, the only true number for this matchup, Tom Brady regular season is 7-1 lifetime against the Tennessee Titans.
One time they've lost to him, and I don't think it's going to be today.
No.
So, I think I'm going to go with the good old-fashioned New England Patriots.
Okay.
I'm already going to make my pick, dude. This is fucking ridiculous. This match is fucking... I think Todd Rosenfeld is right. There's, other than... I don't know. I think that we're going to look back here, but I think this Browns game is going to be good, and the Saints and the Bengals is going to be good. But the New England Patriots, I think they're going to win.
All right. So now we have... Oh, God. We have to talk about them now, too.
Oh, yeah. Todd says Pats. Trin says Pats. I think
I got him already.
Sondag left. Well, he
Yeah.
didn't get a pick. Let's talk about...
Do we really have to talk about this game?
Fuck yeah, it's going to be a good game.
All right, so I automatically will tell you the walking turd burglar will not see the field in this game.
They already traded him.
No, they didn't get rid of Winston.
Oh, I thought
They still
did.
have him. No, they still have him. He's holding the clipboard and picking his nose and his ass on the sidelines.
Oh, he's holding the towels?
Yes, and Fitzpatrick is starting again, who has tremendous fucking numbers this year. Although, again, that Tampa Bay game on Sunday last weekend wasn't bad. They did play a little catch-up. Washington's won the last 3 meetings in this game. Numbers that I have for it. It's a pick 'em, so pick your nose, pick your ass, pick your friends.
But you can't pick your friend's nose.
Exactly, and the under-over for the game is 52. So apparently Vegas and the NFL app that I normally use to do the analysis with the games are both agreeing that there is no anybody giving anybody points.
I'm going to go with the Buccaneers.
Okay.
It's like I get Smith either way, Ricky. If I pick the Redskins, they lose. If I pick if I go against the Redskins, they win. I don't fucking know where to go with this goddamn team. Alex Smith is a son of a bitch because I don't ever know which Alex Smith is going to show up that day.
Well, I was trying to see one critical thing, and it was the reason why the Redskins did not play well is they had quite a few players out on Sunday. Jamison Crowder, their leading receiver, was out, and I believe there was 2 other starters on the Redskins offense that were out. Now I can't find the injury report, so I'm going to have to go without it. I'm probably going to go Redskins on this. Why? I don't know, but I like the Redskins uniform better than the Buccaneers at this point. I never thought a digital.
So you're taking after your lady.
I am going to trust my. I'm going to trust my fucking feeling with the uniform this time instead of the studs.
But you're a little bitch.
Yeah, we know. Trin is going to go with the Bucks.
Trin's going with the Bucks. I'm going with the Bucks. Todd Rosenfeld is going with the Skins. I'm just going to keep saying his last name. I would have probably just started calling him Todd. I don't even call Trin by his right name. He goes by Joey.
Oh, well.
Derek says the Skins.
All right.
Because he's a white supremacist.
And if the Skins win on Sunday Night Show, I will wear a Redskins jersey.
Oh, God. We don't
I'll at least be
the Derek
faithful for
Rutherford
that.
show?
Yes, on TDR, I will wear a Redskins jersey.
All right, well, I'm going to let you talk about. So up next, we've got the Bills versus the Jets. The shitty versus the shitty. And while you talk about this, I'm going to go make another drink.
Well, this is the battle of AFC New York. Even though a lot of people really don't consider the Buffalo Bills as a New York team, they are in Buffalo, which is located in New York. The Jets are not going to have Sam Darnold playing this weekend, so Josh McCown is going to be starting. Right off the bat, you look at the offenses, they're both toilet-worthy. Buffalo's defense, however, is 3rd overall rated in the NFL, surprisingly enough, at 2-7. Kind of crazy. Passing, both teams suck. The rushing attack, Jets are just a little bit better than the Buffalo Bills at this point. And it's kind of hard to believe that this is one of those games that we actually have to pick. Trin's going with the Jets. I am probably... I know Todd's going with Buffalo. Let me consult my other sheet here. All right. So, if Peterman starts, Buffalo's losing. If Peterman doesn't start, the Jets are winning. Kind of hard to figure that one out.
That was lightning fast.
Yeah, I know. What, did you fucking just snap your fingers and have everything come out?
Nah, dude, I just don't need that much time to make a Moscow Mule.
All right, so I think I'm pretty much going to base this on whether fucking Peterman starts or not. If Peterman starts, the Jets are going to be guaranteed a W.
I'm gonna go with the Jets either way, man. Like really, like the Bills are just so bad.
Well, I'm going to go with those Buffalo Wings from
But
Buffalo.
they did beat the Patriots this year.
Yes, they did, and I think that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, Peterman is starting. Good for 4 interceptions. I'm going with the Jets.
All right, Derek's going with the Jets as well. All right, what do we got next?
Jags and the Colts.
All right, I actually do find this as a very interesting game. They are slating Fournette to start this week. Finally, he's only been out like 6 weeks.
Todd Rosenfeld with the Bills.
Yes, I got it. Steelers played.
The Steelers played last night, Derek.
And I have you for the Bears.
We figured you for the Bears. Jackson.
All right.
God damn it! Text it to him, Derek.
I'm gonna freaking. I'll catch him in a little bit.
About to...
All right. So we look at these league rankings. Obviously, that second-ranked Jacksonville defense hasn't really looked so second-ranked as of late. They've given up a ton of points. Their offense would rather play in reverse than in fucking drive. Colts have been the surprising team. Now, again, I said this before. I'll say it again. Colts are a very underrated team. Luck being the quarterback, they've played with tons of injuries. They went on a little bit of a winning streak as of late. The game is indoors in Indy. The line that I have for the game is apparently on the other page. Oh no, here it is. Under over 48, and the Colts giving 3 to the Jags.
Ooh, man, I'm looking at it right here. Last year, the Jags really butt fucked the Patriots or the Colts, 30-10, and then in December last year, then in October, 27-0.
Well, the great thing is that this is not a divisional game. And goddamn them for fucking putting the weather when the game is fucking indoors. Christ, I hate when they do that.
Well, then what's this, January 1st of 2017? That doesn't make
Playoffs.
sense. Oh, they played them in the playoffs? And the Colts won by 4 points. I guess they got the retribution.
Yeah, I guess.
But, man, I don't know.
Overall, though, I got to tell you that this game here... it's kind of a little bit of a weird one. I'm going to lean on the Colts on this one. I have a feeling that they had the week off last week. I think their role continues.
Okay, so now we got a new player here. We got Rafael Cruz. He's going with Jacksonville. Trinidad's going with the Colts. Derek's going Jacks. Todd Rosenfeld is going with the Colts. I think I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars on this one. Where are you going, Ricky? You say Colts?
I'm going with the Colts on this.
We're pretty split on this one. This could be
the
a
first
good
one
game.
that was,
See, Rosenfeld, this is where we that's a good game right there.
I think this is going to be a lot more interesting than everybody thinks, to be honest.
Yeah. He keeps saying my name over and over in the comments. Dude, I love my last name. I'm very proud of it. Find another Mexican with the same last name.
Yeah, I know. All right, so we've kind of killed off the 1 o'clock games.
All right, this is why I had to make a drink.
Did you really make a drink just for this game?
I don't even
Seriously?
want to talk about it. Because the decision I'm going to make needed alcohol.
I think you deserve 5 paper cups between your fingers if you do like I think you're going to do.
Los Angeles Chargers versus the Oakland fucking Raiders.
There's an exaggeration in the chat, by the way. I'm not going to even read it out loud.
Chargers by 50.
Chargers
After last Thursday's game, I don't know. Who the fuck knows? That
All right,
that new kid, or what's his last name, Walter?
Yeah.
He's good.
All right, so Vegas has got the line at Chargers laying 10, under over 51.
Whoo!
And obviously, I got to tell you, with them not having Amari Cooper, I think they did better without him.
when before or after they scored the 3 points?
I think it was after the 3 points. Because that 3 points came early, and that was the end of it.
Fuck.
Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of the analysis on this one.
I think we're all going Chargers. Everybody's saying like Chargers, and Rafael Cruz. I think he's a Raider fan. Trent just said he really hopes the Raiders pull this out, which made him throw up in his mouth. But he said he's going to go with the Chargers. I pray the Raiders prove me wrong too, Rafael. I'm going to go with the Chargers.
Oh shit. First time ever on fucking Archrivals
The
that Alex is
first
going
time
against
I've
his own
ever
team.
bet against my fucking
Well,
team.
wait a sec. Did you not over the weekend say that the Raiders were going to beat the Chiefs and the Chargers in the second half of the season?
No, I said we'll beat the Chiefs once because fuck up their season.
Mitro, even though she's at the bowling alley, is watching the show, and she can confirm that.
No, I said they'd beat the Chiefs once.
All right.
We're gonna have one of the. It's like it's fucking kismet. Every time we have a really fucked up season, we beat the Chiefs one time, and every time that we have a really good season, the Chiefs sweep us. And Rosenfeld's just like, oh yeah, no, they're not. You never, dude. I'm. Look at the last 2 years. Not the last 2 years. Look at the history. Like when we've had like really shitty fucking seasons. Chiefs were 11-0. Raiders were 0-11. Guess what team we beat for that one win of the season? The motherfucking Chiefs.
Wow.
We were shitty last year. We fucking beat you one time. So I'm just saying, don't rule us out because that game has nothing to do with stats. That game has everything to do with pride.
And the only thing that I'm going to say about this whole entire situation is that raspberry iced tea from Wendy's fucking kicks ass. Thank you, Wendy's.
See, Todd, I'll even call him Todd now. Todd's like, that's true. It's always a rough game between because those two teams, of all the teams in the NFL, fucking hate each other. But that's in a couple weeks. We're not talking about that yet. We'll get into that bullshit. But right now, I'm going Chargers. Everybody seems to be going with Chargers. Yeah, but it didn't fucking matter, Trin, when you didn't have Patrick Mahomes. It didn't.
And they still had like Alex Smith.
Dude,
You know,
it doesn't
they
fucking
had
matter.
quarterbacks.
It doesn't matter. It's happened. I don't even think you had Alex Smith when you had the 11-0 season. Then you had Trent Green.
Which is kind of scary to think about that. All right. Second 4:00 game of the weekend. The Seattle Seahawks versus the now defeated LA Rams.
Defeated. And boy,
defeated.
That was a hell of a fucking game, though, man.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was cooking and got to see only the stuff underneath the cabinets when I was dicing up meat. But yeah, the Rams come home after that lovely fucking 10-point loss to the Saints the weekend before to take on Russell Wilson and the utterly offensive putrid Seattle Seahawks.
Well, the Seahawks won last week, didn't they?
No, they didn't.
They didn't? Okay, they're coming off a loss. Both teams are coming off a loss. Don't think it really fucking matters. I'm going to go.
Well, here's the crazier thing about all of this is that the Rams are spotting Seattle 11, and the under/over is supposed to be 52.
See, I don't think this is right here, bro, on this like the last time they met up. Because, okay, I'm looking at October 7th of 2018. Oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. Keep going.
It's a division game.
Yep.
So
I'm not even going to say my mistake.
And surprisingly enough, this game was fucking close in Seattle, and that was only because it was in Seattle. That was a real big difference. I think the location of the game really is going to matter significantly in this. 76 degrees at game time, by the way.
Of
It's like
course,
Arizona
in
weather.
fucking L.A.
Like Arizona weather.
Hell yeah. I'm going to go with the L.A., man.
All right. Who else do we have on the...
We've got...
Trent's got Rams.
Derek's going to fuck himself. Raphael says Rams are coming to kill. Trent says Rams. Todd says Rams, but it's going to be close. I don't care about close. I just know that the Rams are going to win.
All right, so Derek's got the Rams.
What vape is this? This is a pink Starburst.
All right.
Derek says
So
Rams.
It's pretty much unanimous for the Rams.
All
right.
Watch us all get screwed over.
Yeah, I know. A fucking Seattle upset. Makes
All
the
right.
Saints fucking 2 games up in the division.
We got this squish the fish, Miami Dolphins versus the Cheesehead Green Bay Packers in Green Bay.
And the last 3 meetings, even though they've been quite far apart, have only been a total. Well, the first 2 games were a difference of 3 to 4 points, and the time before that, where Green Bay's fucking offense was just destructive back in 2006, they won by 10. This year, however, not the same thing. After the game on Sunday night, the Packers released the player that got the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for slapping an offensive lineman in the head.
Yeah, they released him, did they?
And they released him.
No suspension?
No, there's no suspension. Just, you know what, pack your shit and go. They shipped Ty Montgomery out the weekend before for fumbling the ball on a kickoff. So apparently, if you fuck up tremendously in Green Bay, you get a pink slip. That's kind
This
of
is
the
when it
weirdest
pays
thing
to
I've
be
ever
the
seen.
third string quarterback when you're just sitting there kicking it. Like, I
Yeah,
didn't
but
do
think of
anything
it-
wrong, guys.
Just think of it this way, though. You're never going to pink slip fucking Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And the Patriots did lay out a really good defensive plan with Green Bay on Sunday night, which I was tremendously impressed with because there are times where I don't have tremendous amounts of fucking confidence in the defense of the Pats anyway. But they did stand up very well in this game. I really think Green Bay is going to bounce back. They just have to take better care of the ball. Too many turnovers. That's usually a freaking an issue.
Okay, so we got Todd saying Green Bay at home. Trent says Green Bay at home. Raphael's got Dolphins. I think I'm going to go. Oh, man, I don't know.
Kind of rough, don't you think?
It is a rough pick. What are you thinking?
I'm going Green Bay. At some point, Green Bay's going to fucking bounce back. Again, it's Osweiler. It's not Tannenhill. I think Tannenhill's just he's just an injury case waiting to happen to begin with. Osweiler has not been playing bad. But then again, you look back to last weekend when the Dolphins played the Jets. And
Yeah.
the Dolphins, I mean, it was like a one-legged ass-kicking contest throughout that entire game.
That is true.
And there weren't very many points scored. I think Green Bay is gonna have a role reversal and pick it up this weekend.
I think I'm going to go with Green Bay as well. I can't pick the Dolphins, dude. I cannot pick the Dolphins.
Yes, we know about your whole kicker fetish.
Who, me?
Yes, Mr. Ray Finkel.
I can't pick the Dolphins. Hell, my favorite kicker plays for the fucking Seahawks.
Yes, the drunk one.
You know what? He's a good drunk, goddammit. We never should have traded him. We probably would have won 3 more games than we had this year if we'd have fucking had that asshole. I didn't give a fuck if he was smoking cigarettes and chewing tobacco and drinking vodka on the sidelines. Motherfucker could kick.
Green Bay, by the way, is laying 9 points to the Fish, and the under/over is 48. So just getting that one in.
All right. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go with Packers. Got to go
All
with
right.
the Packers.
So we're pretty much unanimous on that.
Except for
All right.
Raphael. He's over there by his lonesome.
Well, that's why he's going to end up in the fish tank.
In the fish tank. He's going to end up there with Snowflake.
All right, so the lovely 8:20 game, I don't know why they call it the 8 o'clock game, but it starts at 8:20, is the Cowgirls versus the Pigeons.
Pigeons.
This is another one. Yeah, I'm calling them Pigeons because they
fine,
don't look like Super Bowl champions to begin with.
I know, but they're going to win this game.
You know what? This is one of those games where I looked at the line. Philly is giving them a touchdown. Under over 44. The Cowboys, miserable. Fucking miserable. You got to fuck another receiver, and you still can't fucking win. Sean Lee is now out again with injury for about another 5 weeks, tops. God, you see the fucking score of last year at 6-0? Is that a type over? Did NFL put a type over on the score?
No, that is not a typo, buddy. That is a 6-0 win. But you got to think that's a team that won the Super Bowl. So the Cowboys were pretty badass last year. They had, there was Dak Prescott's breakout, and they had Ezekiel Elliott. Des Bryant was doing okay. I mean, that was the Cowboys were doing pretty well last year.
Yeah, but this is the Super Bowl team on New Year's Eve that apparently didn't score any points. That's got to be a type over. There is no way in fuck the Dallas Cowgirls won 6-0. This isn't the fucking,
a lot of starters, though, dude. Like
this isn't
like
the
they rested a lot of
Texas
starters
Rangers
going
versus
into
the Phillies. I still find the score fucked up.
No, I watched the game. My mom watches this. I watch this game with my mom almost every year. Cowboys always play on Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's Eve. So, and I watched it, and it was actually a big battle between my brother-in-law and my niece, who are actually in town right now. But actually, I think I want to hang out with them Sunday if they're going to be here.
Trin, just tell me that you didn't try to commit suicide while watching the game. That's all I want to know.
Todd says they've only scored 28 points total in their last 3 games. No, they haven't because.
Well, that's 28 points. If the Cowboys scored 6 and then they scored 9, that's 15.
Yeah,
that's
28.
Yeah. And again, I don't know. This is one of those games. If I was putting it on the sheet, I probably would walk away from. Then again, I have hate for both of them.
They got Amari Cooper now, but they didn't utilize him at all on Monday, and I guess Trin was at the game.
That's why I'm asking that. I hope he didn't try to commit suicide while watching the Cowgirls play in person.
Oh, Jesus.
I wanted to. The only thing about the game was the stadium.
That stadium is pretty fucking cool.
Then I give you all credit for walking into that stadium. However, I know, Trin, you're a Chiefs fan, but maybe you should have brought a shotgun so that the Cowboys fans could have all committed suicide in Jerry World.
I think you know what? I'm gonna go Eagles, man. Philly's got it.
I am right behind you on that one. I can't. I picked the Cowgirls earlier this year, and yeah, I won the game, but damn.
Yeah. So before we go to Monday night, Todd wants to know what I think the game of the week is going to be. And I'll tell you what game it's right here, buddy. Falcons versus Browns. I think that's going to be a hell of a fucking game. I think it's going to be a great game. I think Saints versus Bengals is going to be a blowout. When I think of a game of the week, I want the Raiders versus the Browns game. That was the game of the week because it was a fucking slobber knocker the whole fucking time. It was just coming from behind, scored, coming from behind, tie. It was kind of it was a back and forth thing. I think this game is going to be a back and forth situation. I mean, it's going to be close, but I think that the Browns are going to win. But I think this is going to be the game of the week. That's what I lock that in as the game of the week. Falcons Browns. That's why I said that there was other games.
I hate to say it though, as shitty as some of these matchups are,
they're not bad.
I'll give the credit to the scheduling for the fucking thing. Obviously, you know me, I'll be watching Pats and Titans, but you know what? I think the dark horse for this entire fucking weekend is going to be that Charger game. It's a division game. All those division games, especially in the AFC West, are always fucking tough games. No matter how crappy one team is, it always ends up being that one team ends up fucking showing up.
We have nobody this year, though, man.
But you know what, though? I'm kind of seeing it. It's a divisional game. There's some kind of fucking bragging rights throughout the entire fucking thing.
Well, we ain't bragging about a lot of shit, man. But you know what? I hope we do it too. I sure the fuck hope we do it. But I think the Chargers are gonna win that game. But that is a dark horse. You're right. You never know. Like, and that's what I was talking about with the Chiefs game. Like, you never know what's gonna fucking happen, man. Because the AFC West, for some reason, they all fucking really hate each other. And I don't know about other conferences, but I just see like, oh yeah, well these guys are cool, but not like, dude, they get into fucking fights. Like,
but that's one of the toughest divisions in
people
football.
die
Let's
at
be
these
honest.
fucking games.
The AFC West is one of the toughest divisions in football, ever.
Tabitha Fitz is here. Hi, Tabitha.
I'm mad at her, by the way. I sent her a friend request like 2 months ago, and she never responded.
What a bitch.
All right, so let's
go to the Monday Night Abortion.
Yes, the Monday Night Abortion, where the game is in San Francisco. So if you got any fucking raceroni, cook it up for the game. It's the
is that your best material? Is that the only thing you had against San Francisco?
I mean, come on, we have blueberries versus gold miners in fucking on Monday Night Football. I don't know which one is going to be dirtier. This game here, especially, I think the 49ers, after coming off that win, not this past Thursday, because that would be yesterday, but last week's game in the Battle of the Bay, that may be a significant boost. Both teams pretty much are both playing for the number 1 pick in the NFL draft.
Well, not quite. Well, yeah, they are kind of, but I don't know, man. With their new quarterback, man, I'm going to go Niners.
Is he starting, though, is the question. Because if Bethard is better with the wrist injury, then I think we're not going to see Mullins.
Why would they put Bethard in after that win against the Raiders? Like that slobber.
You know what? Because that was a fucking last-minute fucking event. Bethard was actually slated to start that game until he got injured on Wednesday. So that was pretty much the only reason why that happened.
Mullins starting, or is Bethard starting, Trin?
That's the big key. If Mullins is starting,
Trin,
I'm going to go to the
here.
49ers.
Need that comment. Mullins or God damn it.
All right. We had Derek picking the Niners. I know that for sure.
Derek picked the Niners. Mullins is starting. 49ers all the way.
Yeah. Because I got to tell you, I called when we were talking about it the other night during their show, he broke a lot of Favre's records in college.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of crazy because a lot of college marks, unless you get a guy that's going to be fucking sitting there killing it all weekend long, he broke the passing record. I think it was like 11,000 and change or something for, a stretch. And Favre personally had called him and said to him, like, fucking great job doing, whatever it is that you were doing. And Mullins did really surprise me.
Imagine that, dude. Imagine that being a college kid, and then Brett Favre, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, calls you up on the phone and is like, hey, dude, I heard you broke my record. Fucking awesome, man. That's fucking tits. Like, good job. Dude, I would have fucking had a heart attack and died. I'd just been like, ah! Just like fucking fanboy. It just like passed out.
All right, so you're going 49ers. I'm going 49ers. Derek's going 49ers. Todd's
Raphael's
going
with Giants, and Todd's going with Giants.
All right.
Trin's going with 49ers. So there we go. That is it for the game scores or the game lineup.
Yeah. I didn't do the record for last week. I'm still fucking dealing with paperwork, but all in all, from what I could see, it was a very good weekend for a lot of people.
Raphael wants to know, like, you guys are both picking the 49ers. I'm sorry, Raphael, have you watched the Giants play this year?
Unfortunately, I do get to watch the Giants play every year. They're in the fucking New York fucking City team. Even though
I'm asking him. I know you've watched it. I know I've watched them. But
I've watched them with fucking throw up buckets.
Yeah, the Giants are not great. Eli Manning's a hack. You know, and I would have probably gone Giants if Mullins wasn't playing. If Mullins wasn't starting, then he's from New York, which is cool, man. I mean, I get you, but with Mullins playing, had they said Bethard was going to start, I would have gone with Giants. But Mullins, after beating the fuck out of the Raiders, no one saw that coming, dude. All my friends that are fucking 49ers fans knew that they were going to get their ass kicked. And they're like, holy shit, where the fuck did this guy come from? And he just demolished the Raiders. So, I mean, the guy threw great his first game. I'm gonna go with him. I think that's same with you, Rick, right?
Yeah, I probably would have gone with the Giants if Bethard was playing. But I got to tell you, Mullins really did impress me the other night. And after doing a little bit more research about him, I'm surprised that this guy didn't get drafted a little bit earlier or traded for or whatever, because he's a prep machine.
Yeah. And
his the college footage that I saw on YouTube, oh my God.
Raphael says they fucking suck, but he sees a win, but he also bleeds silver and black. Dude, I do too, man. I mean, that's why I do an arch rival show, like with a Patriots fan. Like, that's why we're arch rivals. The Tuck rule, that whole thing. We need to get a Chiefs guy on here, Trent. But I think.
Because that makes it even better that we have to have a Chief fan on.
Oh yeah, because
for that matter, we might as well have Raphael on if he even wants to talk shit about the Giants.
But he's a Raiders fan though, so that's not going to work.
Well, you know, I'm always like being double teamed.
I know you do.
I mean, you and Derek double teamed me over the weekend with the whole drinking.
Jesus, calm the fuck down, dude. Don't tell everybody about that. That's just supposed to be what happens off the air stays off the air. God damn. Oh, so, Todd's a fucking Chiefs fan.
Yeah.
In New York.
Go figure that one out. All right, so pretty much.
Have you even been to Arrowhead? But pretty much that wraps it up.
Yeah, it pretty much wraps up the show. I thank Raphael for coming on tonight. Yeah, man. Trent, always a pleasure to fucking have you in the chat. Our producer has been stagnant in commenting this evening.
Trent says he's going to start calling in. He better, motherfucker.
Oh.
Raphael says Todd's fucking weird.
Yeah, and my brother-in-law does live 2 floors up, so I get to tolerate all the Chief stuff every time. Jesus but, you know. All right, so we'll be back with Archrivals on Tuesday. Raphael, again, thank you for showing up. Let everybody know about the show. If you got friends, family, coworkers, or whatever that are huge football fans, we are definitely here to not only entertain you, but give us the talk football every Tuesday and Friday night. And we'll be going over these results on Tuesday with our Thursday night pick coming up.
Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have. So, Ricky, good night, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, go Raiders.
Oh, jeez. Derek says he's going to just...
I don't give a fuck what he says.
Stay up! Oh, my God! 30! Touchdown!
Well, I was not expecting to get an arch rival today, but here we are.
Come on, man.